Hey guys, it's me, Evan. Tonight's going to be a little bit of a special night. We're going to start off by doing a commentary over Whirl that's going to feature all the regular guys of Mystery Brony Theater, but we also got Aki, we got Bright Idea, we got Cell Specs coming in with us. We're all going to have a good time. We're going to look over Whirl, just give our thoughts and everything over it. Now listen carefully. I had to practice this. I made a censor for this in case YouTube wants to be an ass. So I'm going to be censoring off the My Little Pony stuff, but don't worry, I'm going to be taking the audio and basically making it into a better track, which will be posted on the website. After the stream is done, this little commentary is done, we're going to shut it down for a little bit, and for like 5-10 minutes, and then afterwards, we're going to we're going to do the rest of the stream, which will be lasting until about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So with that in mind, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoy the show. Alright, here we go. We are live, we are watching it mute, and there we go.
Woohoo!
So I guess
the Studios.
I guess the most appropriate thing to do right now is to while Brawny's doing his Brawny thing with the disclaimer here, to introduce ourselves. My name is Evan Bernardi. I am the director, writer, and one of the founders, the creators of Mystery Brony Theater. I do the roles of Evan and Cruiser, sometimes Finster. So,
hello, this is Justin Sprower. I play Cruiser. Concert Cruiser, for short for Concert Cruiser. And I will pass this on to the Purple Unicorn.
He's not here.
Wait, who's Purple?
He's referring to... Oh, Zach, you're here?
Yes.
I didn't even see it come in, man. What the heck? So, Mr. Zachy, man, you want to kind of give us your input here? Says the quoter.
That's funny.
Zach? Hello. Well, I'm not purple, but I am a unicorn, so I'll go next. Hello, I'm Annette Levy, aka Bright Idea, and I'm in this thing as a voice and a character, and I'm really excited to do this commentary. So let's go to the other blue pony.
Is that me?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yes.
Cruiser's obligatory.
I don't know what color anybody is. Hi, I'm Cell Specs. I did, what's her face?
Yeah, that's the name of the episode. It's What's Her Face.
I did that pony. You know the one. Everyone knows that pony. I did that pony. It escapes me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, like, how many times have you seen
Probably
this? Like,
do so many things.
So,
I love this dialogue right here.
I guess it's... Is it my turn to introduce?
Yeah, of course, Aki. You gotta get that thing there, so why don't you guys go there?
Yeah.
My name is... Oh, there's an echo. Does anybody else?
Yep, I got it.
You can put on headphones. That could also help there. I see my phone in the background there when I was using the script. My real phone.
I'm using headphones. I wonder why I'm hearing an echo.
So am I.
I don't know. That's that. By the way, this isn't the video. That's just me talking to each other on everybody on that phone there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and when he mentions Cherry Pepsi, I did that one because I thought that actually sounded funnier.
You really?
Think about it. Cherry
Aki,
Pepsi,
that's you.
Cherry Coke.
That is me, but I have this horrible echo going on. Okay, now it seems to be gone now. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Aki Glancy. I play Miss Biz, and I want to ask you all what the horsey hell is going on here.
At one point, Evan was going to have Zach say that in an episode, and I said, no one says that line better than Miss Biz.
Exactly. Good point. Some of that dusty-ass keyboard there. So here's the thing. I thought it. I was at work when I thought of this idea. It was in the middle of August. I was parking strollers in the Magic Kingdom. I thought to myself, "Yep, I want to go with this." And so yeah. By the way, that's my real phone when I was in middle school there. So
nice.
I guess after Jason gave us the green light for it, I guess the first thing I should talk about is how we Cell-Specs got into this.
Yeah.
To which I'm gonna say I'm really surprised that you actually responded to it, honestly, as quick as you did.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm actually thrilled that we got you because your voice for the character comes off strong but still feminine.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought you were a really great choice for the character.
That's a very surprising duo of adjectives. I'm glad somebody's associating with me.
Well, that was the thing. Like when we chose the actress, it was originally meant for Wubcakes, but she turned it down despite her liking the character. But I'm probably the laziest opening I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
I just had to throw something together, so there you go. But
when we heard your voice for the character, it's like, I think this actually works better.
It's funny because I like this opening right here.
Yeah, I like
8 weeks before next Sunday.
3 weeks before next Sunday from last week.
Well, I will say I'm glad you guys asked me. I wish I had more opportunities to do voice acting.
I'm surprised you haven't. I mean,
and I was insecure about doing this. I wasn't sure how it came off, so I'm glad you guys really liked it.
Well, everybody could recognize you. That was the best thing about it. But the thing was, we were trying to find out. Okay, Wubcakes turned this down, and I gotta remember to make a T-shirt of that Lincoln post.
Really good.
Yeah.
Evan and I went back and forth on what to say for this part.
What was it?
Yeah.
Wait, what did you suggest?
I said it was like apple, or like a moldy fruit with a hat or some shit like that.
Well, you used that one. That was. But anyway, going back there, the way we actually found Cell-Specs was me and Cruiser were up one night. We had to find a replacement to Wubcakes. So what do? Let's just watch every single video where Brawny Buck did a collab with a female Brony, and then we'll see what we go through there. And it came down to Cell-Specs or Keyframe. So the first person, and so I thought about it carefully. I'm thinking to myself, Keyframe's not gonna hear anything from me. I'm not gonna hear anything from Keyframe. So the first thing I got was Cell-Specs and Vene Vidi Vici. She responded.
And also, I find this part a little bit ironically funny because I'm actually way more political savvy than Evan is.
That is a nice bit of irony. And there's Ed in his old form.
This is the last time.
He's so cute.
Was this the last time?
I wrote that in like a freak out. I wrote that little freak out bit because it was like, what the hell is in America?
And yes, there is a band called America. They did the soundtrack for The Last Unicorn.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, they did.
That.
They performed the songs. Jimmy Webb did the music.
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Just random facts I know.
But America was known for doing a song called "A Horse with No Name."
Yeah.
Can I just point out that the editor got Miss Biz's attention by touching her butt?
Yeah.
And every time I see the editor in the Secret Rift, I go, "He's British."
And he loves that joke still, apparently.
And so does he. He gets such a kick out of it.
It's so cute.
And honestly,
what that or Finster ranting to himself.
And frankly, I'm a big fan of the Finster look and sound because it looks so professional, and Evan is anything but.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, have you seen this?
I think my favorite thing, though, about this particular thing with Miss Biz and her addressing the editor is, I just really like being angry with Miss Biz. And so when you had it in the script, like, say it really sweetly, like she's trying to butter him up or whatever. I was like, oh, that's not as fun.
Yeah.
Seduce him. There you go.
Contained, like, I don't know, patronizing thing.
Yeah. It's like it's so off-putting hearing you actually be nice for a change because you're always
a very nice person.
Because you're always screaming at the three of us.
I was so mad with that not mad as in like angry, but mad as in like what the hell with the poster in the back of the Wilson Theater. Because I know the movie.
That was made by Sega Sister. Honestly. Oh, here we go. The big reveal.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, my favorite bits are the Finster bits.
Dun dun dun.
I love this.
I don't know what you're doing there.
I like to imagine that he's reenacting Blackfish.
Actually, honestly, like when I got that material, I was in my sister's room trying to find some prop to hold because I thought it would be good. But basically, the first thing I got was friggin' whale. It's like, yeah, do the whale, do the whale.
Oh, there was something else that I want to mention at the very beginning of this when we were all talking. In the black and white segments where we have, the signs to say Finster and Miss Biz, that was a homage to Clerks, for those of you who haven't figured it out.
Picked it up.
Yeah. I really liked how it started out like a short film, and the part where you just zoom into Evan's eyes as he's like listening to the screaming, it just gave the right amount of suspense.
I didn't have a cameraman I had to do there. Like, have you guys... Well, I don't know if Cell Specs has done any live action footage or not, but that's just have you?
For what?
Like, have you made a
live action for what?
Were you
for
ever,
YouTube content?
Yeah, were you ever like in a
Yeah, she did like analytical bronies react, I think.
Yeah, and she's been in the vlogs.
We did the analytic reacts. I did like one vlog that I don't think is up anymore. And I had the analytic bronies react, which is on another channel now.
Yeah, and fun fact, that was actually Cell Spec screaming in the phone. She had to actually punch herself in the gut to get that high.
Actually, I don't know. Cell Specs, did you send me screaming? I don't remember. Like, I think
what are we talking about?
In the beginning of the area, like when he's listening to her on the phone, he like shuts it off because he hears screaming in the theater, which Whirl is doing because she's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't punch myself.
It was a joke, Evan.
Yeah, it's a joke.
No, but I
actually was holding myself back because I live in an apartment complex where if I scream loudly, people can hear me.
Oh, that sucks. I think that's what I think that's I did get a scream there. Zach, you're not with us, are you? Is he on?
I do not think he is.
I think he got dropped.
Oh man. That's rude to say.
Yeah, there's 6 of us in here.
Oh wait, what's going on here? Oh yeah, the dog. Honestly, I'm gonna say
the pony puppy.
Honestly, I'm gonna say.
Go ahead, Evan.
Honestly, I want to say here, I actually like this dog very much.
The design or the character?
Yes.
Okay.
I really like the design.
Yeah.
It's a nice
dog.
Makes
me think of Clifford.
Right. Now, Sal, I've actually seen I've seen your show, I've seen your reviews. Have you ever reviewed the original G1 series of MLP or maybe the G1 movie?
I've never even watched them.
Oh god! See, I grew up on this. I am like an original My Little Pony freak, and so I have seen all of these episodes. And it's so funny because it's really funny to me seeing you guys react to them because I just kind of sit there smiling like a mother who's watching their kids discover swing sets for the first time.
Well, that's what
it is fun, isn't it?
Well, that's what well, that's what you're basically playing. You're playing that abusive mother that owns us, I guess. I don't know.
Oh God, not the abusive mother. More like the mother who's
the pony here. That's
Now we need to put her face on the picture of the woman with the shirt, single mother of a few dumbass kids.
Okay, so the pony that's always wearing clothes in this episode is when I actually was editing this, I had like every single thing she said could have been changed into a sexual innuendo. I'm just saying.
Oi. That was a kids show, Evan.
Let's see, which one is the one who's wearing clothes? Okay, so it's
the one with the rainbow.
It's not Valentine. That is, oh God, her name is, give me 5 seconds.
Speak like this.
Oh, shoot, what is her name?
Yes, we have an aficionado here.
It'll come back to me later and I'm going to be really
angry.
Heartthrob.
Oh, that makes it even better. What the
That's a position in a boy band, not a pony name.
Most of these are not real names.
It's funny because I have a voice that I do on a friend's pony channel. I have an OC named Ruby Heartthrob, and she's an alicorn like Mary Sue. And so I just gave her this really funny, high-pitched New York voice. And it's like, oh, I don't know what to say as her, but yeah. So, there's Heartthrob in her name, so that's related.
Baby Shady, who's the pink one with the lime green mane and lime green tail, I hate her color scheme so much. I always wanted to gouge out my eyes because she's so garish.
That cupcake.
Yeah.
So, like, I just out of curiosity here, how many times have you guys seen this? I'm just gonna go out of way and ask Cell for this one. How many times have you actually seen this video? This like
maybe twice.
Oh yeah, I'd say 2 or 3 times. I think I watched it when we debuted it, and then came back and watched it again, and then I watched it a 3rd time with my mom.
Oh really? Yeah. You showed your mom?
Well, she likes to see what I do.
3 times. I've seen it like 3 times. Once the full thing, and once again. Well, actually, the ones with my siblings doing the blind reaction.
Oh yeah, your brother was actually able to report.
Maybe this is Heartthrob. I can't remember the pink.
It's possible because she gets mad because the dog sat in her Valentine collection.
Yeah, but one of them is Heartthrob, and then the other one is something similar. Heartthrob might be the pink one. I'll remember the other one's name.
But no, I want to know. I just want to know right now. Cellspecs, what did your mom think of this?
With him thinking about what movie to see, the Emotions movie was fucking brilliant with me on that one.
Hold on, let Cellspecs answer.
Go ahead. Sorry.
What's the question?
What did your mom think of this?
What did your mom think of this?
Wait, what?
You said you showed
No, it was
mom.
Aki Glancy who was saying
that was Aki.
her mom.
Okay.
Yeah, it was my mom who saw it.
I can't help you both sound the same. I mean, like...
My mom loves it. My mom thinks it's a lot of fun because she knows that she likes it when we watch Mystery Science Theater. So the fact that she grew up with me and my sister watching My Little Pony, had to watch every single episode with us. Yeah. So she enjoys it. She thinks it's really a funny idea.
Yeah, we all.
By the way, flashback. Dun dun dun. There we go.
That was the only indication of. That was the only.
Would enjoy this, because they also like Mystery Science Theater.
Who doesn't like Mystery Science Theater? I mean, the 2nd season just aired and it's just hilarious. I mean, like.
Yeah, the 2nd season of the reboot.
Pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
I prefer what they're doing now, riff tracks. To be quite honest.
Not watching this, I'm going to say that.
Riff tracks still doing No, they are riff tracks. Are they still doing their thing?
Yeah,
they are.
They're still going strong. I went to go see riff tracks live.
So did I.
Was it the Krull?
No, for me it was Sharknado and Anaconda.
Oh my god!
Nice.
I'm actually watching the Sharknado one on Verve.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, see Krull, because Krull was I was dying.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I actually just got the Riff Tracks DVD for Manos: The Hands of Fate, which we tend to reference quite a bit.
I love this scene, honestly. Just like hitting it with the broom. Just okay, I got work to do.
Well, that's a
my first, my first Riff Tracks live was on my birthday for Godzilla 1997. It was hilarious.
Anyway, what I was gonna say was that like the 8 grueling months it took. Oh my god, you like grew supersized there. Like the 8 grueling months it took to make this was just extraordinary because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to animate, nor did I know how to do anything. I couldn't even use an editing software. I was just sitting here on my computer looking at my screen and stuff happened. That's basically how this thing was made.
That's how anybody does anything.
I've seen posts like that. So before you do the thing, you're like, how am I going to do the thing? And then while you're doing the thing, it's like, how am I doing the thing? And then after you do the thing, it's like, how did I do this thing?
That's a lot of nouns there, Bright.
Yes.
Yeah.
This scene, though, where I did the Nickelback joke, as a music nerd, or at least a rock nerd, I guess you could say, I will say Nickelback jokes are definitely old and cliche now. But I was still very proud of that joke.
Why? Because you used the word
Truly! That's her name! Sorry.
Truly. Her name is Truly?
Her name is Truly.
Are you serious?
I'm not joking. Her name is Truly.
Oh
I was thinking back to the Penguin episode, and the little baby goes up, I'm cold, Truly. And I was like, Truly! It's Truly.
Or is it Truly?
Nice.
It's Truly. It is definitely Truly.
Oh my god. Can we get like a name change for one of our OCs to be called Truly? Incredibly growing dog.
And also, something I forgot to mention in the scene where I mentioned that there should be Valentine's Day cards with expiration dates. I was actually serious. That was an actual idea I had.
Well, this was a serious reaction. You know, of course it was.
It's a good idea because people send you like all sorts of like greeting cards, birthday cards, Valentine's Day cards. And part of you feels guilty about throwing them out.
We've all been through that.
So it'd be kind of interesting to actually put an expiration date for when you can no longer feel bad about discarding them.
Yeah. Just have it on the back, like I don't know, like a box of candy or something like that, or any kind of thing.
Why am I on the... Oh yeah, this is that joke. This is that...
where I keep that kind of like paper memento stuff.
Yeah.
But generally, the time to throw it out is when you can't see the floor of your room. Then it's the time to throw out anything that is not essential.
Yeah,
that's like the story of my life. Except I can't throw all away because some of it has to do with work.
I know that feeling. I got notebooks and notebooks and notebooks of stuff.
For me, it's like merchandise and equipment and other junk.
That's what our next step is in this show, honestly. Just getting equipment, merchandise, and tons of junk. There you go.
I had completely forgotten that this dog's name is Dinah, and I think that's so funny because the Vocaloid I voiced is named Dinah, but it's spelled in the Latvian pronunciation, which is also the way you say Dana. So people call her Dana. I'm like, no, it's Dinah. It's just the different pronunciation of it.
Is it spelled with like an AI, like D-A-I?
Yeah. Because and fun fact, in Latvian, when it's spelled that way and it's Dinah, it means song.
Oh,
nice.
Cool.
So it's funny.
Yeah. As far as like our actual thoughts on G1, it's definitely 80s. It's kind of what you expect. We still have a lot of respect for the previous generations of MLP because we wouldn't have G4 without it. But I wouldn't say it's all that bad. It's just you have to be in the 80s mindset to actually appreciate it.
Yeah, basically it's good. It's not bad, but it's very easy to make fun of. I mean, like all this animation error and when it was all hand drawn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it has more innocence.
I'd say so. Yeah, it's definitely the most slice of life out of all the generations.
Oh yeah, slice of life. You go there, you go to the pet store, get a dog that's bigger than your house. So that's I know how that slice of life relatable thing.
It's unfettered by boys.
No. That's Gen 2. That's My Little Pony Tails you're thinking of, but
Yeah.
No, My Little Pony Tails had the boys.
I know. That's why I said it.
Oh, I said unfettered, as in like there's no boys.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Except for the human kid.
Yeah, where was Megan during this?
Boy.
Danny.
Yeah, Danny.
Danny went to Denny's.
Yeah, there was
the series did like a complete 180 when it was originally for girls, and it would be like, oh, it's a no boys allowed thing. Flip the script a few years later.
Anyway, looking back at here on the credits, this was actually done by, I think Marvel Studios had a little bit of help in it. I'm not even lying. But the thing that confused me the most is at the end when they show the Hasbro logo, they spell it wrong. They spell it with like 2 R's for some reason.
Oh my god, wait, I have to see.
Wait, Marvel or Hasbro they spelled with 2 R's?
Well, Hasbro, just watch. Like, it comes up there. And, he's making fun of the Karen Berger. There's Applejack, who never makes another appearance in this show. See, there it is.
But, yeah.
And look, below it, and below it, it's spelled correctly.
Oh my god, that is so interesting.
But going back to what I said about me writing...
Even back then, I didn't give a shit.
Wow.
Writing Finster's bits is hilarious because I get to make them look like asses of themselves each and every time.
Believe it or not, the thing I'm rendering right there is actually the audio for this episode and our reactions. I like this little perspective right here with me.
I just noticed, Evan, you have an Avatar: The Last Airbender map as your keyboard mat thingy.
Yes, I do. I got that in Pensacola.
Nice.
Here this is our Aqua Teens moment right here where we just don't give a shit.
Who cares?
I like how the walking animation is very Aqua Teens. It's like that limited animation. It's not a necessity, but yeah.
South Park has?
Yeah, if anybody hasn't noticed, we tend to reference Aqua Teens quite a lot in this series.
There's been like several instances right now, like everything exploding whenever I drop something.
And I actually like this line that Zach says, "Call upon them for ticket info." Like, that was actually a good joke.
Okay, so...
there she is!
The one thing I want to point out here is how I did the voice here. Cell Specs had most of the clearance on how it was going to be done. So what I told her to do was, you took takes, if I'm not mistaken, of your voice, and I sent a bright idea to see if she can imitate it so that way I can get like a perfect synced up voice.
Yeah. Oh, that was so interesting to do, the process. I just getting the lines and then just repeating them back in as close to tone as I could, and then just imagining how they would sound both together.
Like, so what did you think of that process, honestly? I thought it was, like, personally...
Yeah,
Like,
well, I mean, I was the original recorder, so...
Well, you were the one
I don't really know what the process was like. I think that it turned out great. I think you guys did a great job in these sections.
Yeah, that was a nice little bit.
This scene right here. Oh, you're glad.
Was this the bit where he was trying to call like a customer service?
Yeah.
Oh, I like this here.
It's been a while since I've seen. Yep.
The phone's
I had a blast writing that bit.
And guys, if you want to do something fun, walk into a place that sells, like, telephones, and grab, like, a cord for a phone. Walk up to a clerk and go, "Excuse me, do you have the phoneless cord?" and just watch them get puzzled.
My character's
Instead
such
of a cordless phone.
Yeah.
My character's such a fucking idiot. So...
Yeah.
Okay, so sales specs, again, seeing how you're, like, the most prominent reviewer here, the thing that we're going to be looking at on this film reel, if you had to give, like, a quick review of it, what would you have to say?
I don't have words.
I think that was like
that summarizes it perfectly.
Okay, I have to ask, where was this held? Where was it filmed?
Apparently,
was it Canada?
It was Canada.
Yeah, I think it was Canada.
Yeah, we actually, the guy who actually recorded it posted a message actually on the video. Evan, can you pull that up so he can, because he goes into more detail about that.
It was like an event he was at. They like had this toy convention, and apparently this year was My Little Pony. And sorry, that would be actually there. It was like a toy thing, and they had a My Little Pony thing going on. And that was it. He was helping out with the camera work, and, he was there. He said he still wants to forget about it. I remember how he began his message by saying, "Yeah, I'm the guy you called a friggin' nerd in the middle of the recording."
Yeah, I actually kind of thought that was a bit inappropriate of him. I was like, dude, come on, this guy's letting us use his footage. I wouldn't call him that.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't care. I mean, like, it's like, he was cool. I was cool about it. Well, I mean, at the end, I apologized, so there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this scene right here.
Something I didn't realize until this episode is how almost everybody is a unicorn.
Yeah, that's true.
And I had never noticed that before until this episode, because everybody is except for like the editor, and Miss Biz isn't a unicorn.
Yeah,
that's true.
We've had two Pegasuses and Pegasauruses in this theater, and
Pegasaurus.
And they just came and went. They just had to be a coincidence. Oh yeah, this scene right here is an Aqua Teens reference. I don't remember any of this. I do remember level 5.
Level 3.
You know something I want to bring up here is people who have been into My Little Pony since Gen 1 will know that when you watched My Little Pony, you didn't just watch My Little Pony. It was part of an actual animation block. And and sometimes you would get My Little Pony, then you would get the Glowworms, or you would get Mr. Potato Head, or the other one, the Moon Dreamers.
Yeah, that's actually why on the DVD box set, the episodes it's written much like a serial.
The scene.
Yes, this bit.
How am I gonna have this lunch without my soda?
No, it's better.
I like how everybody thought that was weird, but not even pointing out how weird what the hell Finster was eating. I just taped a tortilla.
He's eating it from the box.
Ramarito, there you go. It's better without this focus.
Yeah, and if you didn't notice on Evan's lunchbox, there's actually an Orlando MegaCon sticker still on it. Evan's representing Orlando.
Something funny about that ramen burrito is that right before I saw this episode,
there he is.
I had seen somebody do a thing where they had found a ramen cookbook that had ramen recipes, and one of the recipes was ramen tacos. So I saw that, and I thought that you had seen the same thing, and I was like, and so I thought that's what it was a reference to.
Wait, you should know, I don't know if Cell Specs went to college or not, but did you? I don't know.
Did I go to college? Yes, I did go to college.
So I guess you can speak with me when I say ramen noodles were our lives during that time.
Life support, or
Yes.
Ramen noodles were life for me, just like a year ago.
So yeah, we could use
I still like ramen.
Every once in a while, not always.
Hoot nanny.
Oh.
What?
Now, as
hold on a second, guys. Sorry, Justin, go ahead.
When I was first shown this by you guys, I think the first thing that I kept saying throughout the entire thing is, "What the fuck am I watching?"
I think that's what anybody would say when thinking of it.
I mean,
this is me that's coming. This is because right now I'm not really into the whole thing anymore, except for like this show and a few little things here and there.
What the show?
But that whole thing was just going through my mind. Like, what the fuck am I watching, and why am I high when I'm not?
It's the kind of thing that you watch. If you're watching it live, it's the greatest thing you've ever seen. But if you're watching it as a video, it's like, what the fuck is this?
It's like the Pokemon show live.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, don't remind me of that. I actually have to review that at some point.
Those things are always way more fun to watch them live than
they went
now. Speaking of being high, this joke I did here with the cocaine and the pixie stick.
Oh my god!
I actually went on a very long rant while I was filming this, and Evan and Zach were like, Justin, like, what are you doing? But what I was trying to do was, there was an earlier episode where I think it was maybe the first episode I was on, where I said to Evan, "Do you know how many drugs I used to do back in the rock star days?" And for the record, no, I don't do drugs. Okay. But rock stars and musicians are always, known for doing them. So I wanted this to be like the one thing that got me off the wagon. But
you snort pixie sticks. There you go.
Yeah.
Which I'm just gonna say up front. I just want to say up front. I've heard people that actually do that and it burns like crazy. There they are, right there.
The legs bother me so much.
Can I be completely honest here?
Yeah.
Sure.
If somebody went to a My Little Pony convention in this suit,
I'd still
people would love it.
Yeah, I'd hug it.
They would.
I can completely see that.
Because this is not a bad suit.
Not at all. In fact, that's like, despite how awkward this looks, I still have to give them props because it is, it's practical for one.
Yeah.
And number two, they're actually on all fours instead of standing on just two legs.
No, they are on two legs.
No, they are standing on two legs. The back legs are actually, you'll notice they're just flopping around.
That's what I mean. It looks like they're on four legs. But we know they're not.
Right.
Well, I can imagine.
So if you're taking photos, if you're taking selfies with this character and you just like go up, then it looks awesome. I won't lie.
Yeah, it's still used today, apparently. Like, I can imagine it must be a pain in the ass to lug that ass up in the air like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I said. They had
exactly. I wonder how heavy it is.
Honestly, like, I think it probably would have been better if the legs, if the hind legs were just stiff, so they wouldn't flop around like that.
Yeah.
Just because it looks so awkward.
I actually think it gives the puppet a little bit more life to see some of it being a little bit more animated.
As it's looking around, I like to imagine that I realize that the person in the suit probably can't see much, but as the pony's looking around, I like to imagine that, like, the people, there's nobody around the stage, and it's just like, where is everybody?
Well, here's a pilot for the new show, My Little Abomination.
That thing has got to be really heavy too.
I
to the person inside it.
Yeah, like I even make a joke saying that there's got to be men in those costumes, and honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they were because I can imagine these things must weigh quite a bit.
Yeah, well, you got strong women.
50 to 100 pound range is what I'm guessing.
Yeah,
just depends on what this person does, like, because you think of people who are in quad suits, and a lot of quad suit performers I know of are actually girls, and they can lug these really heavy, top heavy quad suit things going. So I guess it just depends on what it's made out of.
I kind of wonder because there's got to be something in the back that kind of supports the costume so it doesn't crumble or deflate.
Like, what's with her cutie mark there? Look at that. What is that? It looks like something.
It looks like a 5-point star instead of a 6-point. Inconsistency.
Oh my god! I just thought of something too.
What's that?
The ambulance.
My little abomination. Talking about My Little Blasphemy.
Oh no!
Well, they have that.
Another thing.
And I have a druid.
And that's another thing. It looks really sunny. I wonder if those suits have any kind of internal air conditioning units.
They probably have a
fans.
I hope they have a cooling what they call a cooling vest.
Well, if you look back there in the back, if you look back there in the back left, you can see an ambulance on standby. So.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Wow, all the little things you notice.
Well, yeah,
Applejack doesn't quite look as good. I'm not digging the pigtail. She looks like her mom.
Plus, not to mention, she needs the hat. The hat, yeah.
Yeah. I guess the hat would have been too tough to affix. I mean, unless they stitched it on.
Well, here's the
thing,
thing, like
stitch a hat on.
Well, here's the thing. There was another group that actually reacted to this way before when this like aired. It was by a group called Pony Pokey. I don't know if any of you guys remember that group, but
no.
They were watching this, except it was from a different angle, and they did a bit where they say they should give her a fez, and they like photo tracked up fez on Applejack.
Oh no, that's
I just thought of something extremely morbid, but at the same time, actually kind of would be funny in a dark sense of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With what if one of the actors passed out and they had to get them out of the suit on stage?
That would be terrifying. That would actually
taking Applejack's head off.
Yeah, poor, think of the children.
Now, let me just say for the record, when I make these Rainbow Dash waifu jokes, I am not. I'm not into shipping. I'm not into the whole waifu thing. I'm just trying to make a joke.
Yeah, right.
She is my favorite character, so that's why I say she's my waifu in the show.
Yeah.
Now, why is she my favorite? Because I'm awesome. Point blank.
And that's Rainbow Dash's trademark. She's awesome.
Like, have you guys ever seen like any other shows that were in live action stage shows? Anybody? I should go down the list. Have you seen anything like this?
Pokemon, Rugrats.
Whoa!
If you look at Universal's all the live shows that Universal's done, they've done a lot. Didn't they had American Tail run for like 5 years?
They had a
more than that.
I know that.
More than that.
Evan, did you say there was actually a live-action Mortal Kombat show at one point?
Okay, so what happened was there was a world tour. Oh my god, this wind. There's a world tour that was going around. Apparently, it was like an interactive Mortal Kombat show where the audience would shout, "Punch him! Jump!" And like it was one of the worst things they ever done. There's like no footage of it.
Fun fact about me: I actually went to a Power Rangers live-action show. I got scared shitless and I had to leave halfway through.
Well, yeah, but
wait, you mean the World Tour, the Power Rangers tour?
Yeah, the monsters scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Oh my god, the Ninja Turtles concert.
Oh my god!
No, wait, did you actually go to that? Did you actually go to that?
Do on ice shows count?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen High School Musical.
Everything's at an ice show.
Okay, I've seen High School Musical on ice, and I think Beauty and the Beast on ice.
I know one live action show that I saw. It was How to Train Your Dragon's Live Arena Spectacular.
How was that?
I would love to see that one.
That was fantastic, and it kills me that the tour never happened again. That basically the show went to China and never came back.
But get footage.
Yeah, get this. Here's what actually happened with me, because I bought the cheapest VIP package you could, which just comes with like a baggie full of merchandise and a Viking photo. They put you like in a costume and whatnot, and they noticed I was taking pictures of everything left and right, and finally go, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm writing an article for my friend's fan website about this show." It's like, really? How many people follow the website? Like the site, I don't know, but the Facebook page I know has 300 followers. And next thing I know, everybody's on the radio saying, "We gotta get the kid. We gotta get the kid. We gotta get the kid." And as soon as they take my picture, they go, "Okay, let's get you to your next activity." I'll go, "Excuse me," and they said, "Look, we gotta sell these things. And if you're writing up an article about this, we will upgrade your package for free."
Wow.
So then they said, "Now you have an option here. You can either do the post-show discussion about how these animatronics work, or you can get the backstage tour with photo ops with the dragons. Which one would you prefer?"
Wow.
Gee, I don't know.
Yeah, so
which is the one that doesn't have the awesome dragon?
Yeah.
So question,
one show that I regret not going to, and I hope they do it again at some point. I wouldn't say it's an on ice show or anything like that, but it's a live symphony. that they've been doing for video games and all that.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
I'm sad that I missed the Pokemon one because that one looked amazing.
So question, Cruiser, when you saw this, did the dragons look like this?
No way. The animatronic dragons looked amazing.
I think they must have been more deadlier than this. I mean, like, oh yeah, this scene right here.
No, the studio that does the dragons for
run, Applejack, run!
For the How to Train Your Dragon Spectacular are the same people who do the dinosaurs for the live
Walking with Dinosaurs.
And they have also
Walking with Dinosaurs.
They've also done the giant King Kong marionette that is now on Broadway.
Oh, I saw that during the parade last Thursday. It was amazing.
Amazing.
Wow.
It's a good puppet work.
Looks like she found her next sacrifice.
Oh, yeah, Applejack's over there not even knowing where she is right now. What were you saying about not being able to see?
The only live shows I have ever seen have been like officially licensed at Disney World shows, unless you really want to squint, and we're talking squint at the Miku Expo shows that I've been to.
That's all we did for this show right here. We just squinted the entire time when we were reacting to it.
Well, the only reason I would squint at the Miku Expo ones is because you're watching a hologram. So technically you're watching exactly what you depict Miku as being, which is a virtual singer. And it's not somebody in a suit acting it out.
Yeah.
As hilarious as that would be.
That's an advantage of having the virtual performers. You just need holograms. You don't need people in suits.
Exactly.
And fun fact about Aki's show, because I've seen a few of these holograph effects thing, and most of the time they use a technique called Pepper's Ghost, and it's just basically kind of projected on a piece of glass. But with Aki, she actually has a screen that she brings with her.
It's always projected. I know there's so much wind in this shot. It's crazy that I was able to pick up the audio. So I'm just gonna take a wild guess here, saying
one of these days.
I'm just gonna say none of the. That was the thing about this show here. None of the voice actors were doing the original songs. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can easily tell.
Songs.
Yeah, which I hate that laughter song so much.
Well, this isn't
really.
I hate it because it is too squeaky for me.
I like the dance remix version.
Oh god.
That was the thing. Like I remember Bright Idea doing a reaction to this, and she said, unless the actors are backstage and they're just reenacting to it, and if that's the case, I think that's good acting, honestly. Just like how this woman's acting in front of the crowd right there.
What's everybody's favorite My Little Pony song?
Oh, that's a toughie for me. So
you're asking the music nerd this?
Can I start out by saying my favorite?
Yes.
Sure.
Babseed.
Oh, that's a nice one.
The original was good, but the one that we got sounds like a Katy Perry song.
There's somebody named Assertive on YouTube who did like a rock version, like a rock dance version, and I love it. But yeah, I really like it because it reminds me of songs that used to be in shows in the 90s, like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, stuff like that.
Sounds my spirit animal.
If we're going to count Equestria Girls, then I have to go with Under Our Spell.
Oh yeah, I would actually have to agree on that one.
All right.
That is definitely
welcome to the show. Is a close second. Oh no, actually no, it would be Under Our Spell.
What am I doing here?
Everfree.
Oh, this is picking the apples.
Yeah, everybody pick the apples.
Everfree. Every parent in that crowd has to be holding a beer.
Yeah.
Well, because if you're a parent in there, you have to be drunk.
That's what you said in the in this recording. You're like, in Canada, beer is considered a soda.
Really?
Yeah. I don't freaking know. He was just saying that. There's
okay.
I like this gag here with Zach's. Just like he just randomly gets an apple. Just like watch. Just like it just appears out of nowhere.
What's your favorite My Little Pony song?
What, me?
I also really like Under Your Spell. And I think definitely my favorite fan MLP song is Discord.
Oh yeah.
Well, if we're going for fans,
but I have. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of those that are amazing, but I still have an affinity for the Smile song.
Me too.
Yeah, I agree.
Still the Brony anthem.
Smile song's my favorite, and then after that, I think maybe This Day Aria or the Winter Wrap Up.
Both songs that you need to still do covers of.
Wrap Up is still really catchy.
Yeah. Both songs what?
Both songs that you still need to cover on.
Yeah.
I like the parody though of that one of Wrap Up.
Winter's Fucked Up.
Yeah, I saw that one animated. James did that.
I have not spoken to that guy, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, he's out of the Brony fandom now.
He's out of pretty much everything at this point.
Yeah.
Who is?
He hasn't
Animated
done anything
James,
in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, he did a whole vlog where he just
Freddie
said
Mercury
he's
there?
out. He was, yeah.
This
I don't
guy
wanna get into
here.
that.
Taking pictures and then just going there.
I'll tell you guys what. If I get the one Galatea Goggles channel off the thing, I'm gonna do some fan pony songs. I'm telling you what.
Yee!
I have no idea what they're doing right now.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell that anybody who watches this would be, as Cellspecs say, would be at a loss for words.
Yeah.
Oh my god! You put your
What
ass
is Rainbow
in
Dash
your
doing?
mouth.
We have no idea.
We don't even know what they're doing right now. They're just...
Are they
This
both
is so
doing?
I've seen horses do this in real life, and let me tell you, it never leads to anything good.
No, I
really?
don't.
They're about to kick somebody.
Oh,
It's like-
all of a sudden a little kid gets a concussion from the hind legs.
It's funny
This
because
is like the worst Ram showdown ever.
This is why I said for the scripted jokes you have to try to like get me ahead of time because I can come up with some morbid shit.
there's a woman there stealing that baby there with a nice hat, like his hat. That kid's hat is more interesting than the show because like when we were watching it a second time, we were all running out of jokes. Like,
you just look at the mom. It's like, okay, this shit is getting stupid.
In all fairness, this is for like really little kids.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They
Yeah.
seem to be really enjoying it.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
like 4 or
That's kinda
5,
delightful.
I don't know if the
6
4
or 7 oldest.
Well, I don't know if the 4 or 5-year-olds would even think the ponies would be this big. They thought it'd be little, but you know, it's like
Yeah, I mean these are like full grown. It's like horse size, not even My Little Pony. These are like horses.
I make a joke about that.
Now I'm thinking of Godzilla when they're pointing it out like, go eat.
Oh, it's funny because like
I just had the best thought, guys. I want to see
What?
these My Little Pony suits in like a walk-up brawl with the really cute Eevee/Pikachu outfits. Like have music going, like the
Friendship is
slow
fighting.
walking up to each other, like.
Friendship is fighting cross tag battle.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
oh yeah, this scene here, to infinity and beyond. I love that joke you made so much.
Oh,
I
speaking of Toy
I really
Story-
did want to see Rainbow Dash do a stage dive off
Well, I
the stage.
wanted-
That would have been so appropriate.
Well, then again, I wanted to
Oh,
see
what if-
Rainbow Dash's entrance to this thing, just her falling out of the ceiling. That's all I
Crowd
wanted to
surf.
see. Can I just confess to something right here and
Surf
now?
away.
Can I just confess to something right here and now? And that I kind of stole that joke, honestly. Like I think. Oh yeah,
What, the
Rainbow Dash
Infinity
is
and
stuck in this
Beyond?
position, and it plays that weird PowerPoint stock music. I thought it was Ninja.
Yeah, the background elevator music remark was something I actually heard from Kelly Osbourne.
Are you serious?
Oh.
Yeah, she was referring to Billy Corgan's failed side project, Zwan. She said, it's like background elevator music.
It's a flawless impression of Sharon Osbourne right there.
Speaking of Toy Story, who's seen the couple new teasers for Toy Story 4?
Yeah, they look.
Oh my god, that spoon. That fucking spoon.
What was this?
You know what?
I'm talking about the Key and Peele as the
Oh, yeah,
bunny
that one.
and the chicken.
I could, you know what? Once I saw Detective Pikachu, I just was like, I'm all about Detective Pikachu right now.
Wait,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
this, oh, wait,
That's
wait.
true.
Is this the
I
joke?
honestly, I didn't think it would turn out that good.
Just
Yeah.
my
Wait, it's-
mindset with
Oh,
just my
this is
mindset
that
with
joke. This is that joke that we saw that we got there. Blow as hard as you can.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out there. That was my favorite joke of this recording. I'm just saying.
Here's the problem with me for a Toy Story 4. The
Yeah.
third movie ended perfect.
Exactly.
Yes. It
So
wrapped it up.
perfectly. Everything was tied up. Everything
Mhm.
was wrapped up. We had a
Yeah.
nice little period at the end of Andy's story.
Yeah.
And just the so long partner. And I was like, it's good. Why do we need a fourth one?
Well,
No,
we have
this,
to-
this is the perfect quote for why.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Got to have money.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they could still do those little Toy Story shorts that they
I like
did.
the shorts
I wish
better.
they
You
still
don't need a
did
full-length
those.
movie.
Why don't they just make more of those?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
shorts were fine, and I enjoyed those. But we don't want them. I don't want another movie.
I mean, you gotta pay money to see that.
What are you implying
Oh,
here, Bright Idea?
speaking of Disney movies,
Yeah.
Lion King.
Ugh.
No,
No.
no, no,
Yeah.
no.
Well, okay. Respect for
Okay,
one.
getting back into this.
Respect for one thing. At least they got James Earl Jones back. That's pretty much the only good thing I
Yeah.
can say about it.
Well,
Yeah.
also John Oliver as Zazu, I think was perfect.
That's pretty
Yeah.
Did anybody else notice that one of Rainbow Dash's wings is up, and the other one has like kind of
Yes.
lost its
A
spirit?
little bit.
Yeah, they said
they
that
always
Rainbow Dash's wings are broken. I think that's the explanation why she can't fly. I don't know.
I'm not sure if they
Yeah.
were both up. I think they were. I think one of them might be stuck.
Yeah. Is it stuck in her hair?
I
Maybe.
don't know.
Or maybe the foam is stuck up. Because I think they were both on their sides before.
I'm surprised that
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the actors were stuck in this thing.
Oh, there it is. It's still up, and just the other one is just free
Fallen.
fallen.
Fall.
Well, you
That
got a
or we
lazy
did-
guy, now you got lazy wing.
No, I think we just
Lazy
need to give that other wing a Viagra.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Are there? Is the
Well, it
other
only
thing-
lasts for about 4 hours.
But yeah,
I know I said that I really liked these quad suits, but the one thing I'm not too fond about is the fact that their
It's
hair
dusty.
looks like it's made out of yarn.
It looks
Yeah.
it looks like lasagna pasta.
Yeah.
It looks like one of those overgrown plushies that they make, like
I think I know the
that
one you're
I've
talking
seen in the huge like toy store
Yeah,
places.
it's
No,
one of the
well,
reasons. It's one of the
It
reasons
looks
why
like
I.
he has dreads.
Yeah.
This-
Yeah.
These
Yeah,
suits,
man.
I see perfect.
Awesome, man.
Apples Mon.
I just had a thought. I just thought, what if one of the kids got too close to the stage, and when they're doing their little kicks, they just whack them?
Oh, yeah, get them a concussion.
Oh
Oh,
my god, this would be
Yeah,
the
they
greatest
could hit
video
the
ever
kids.
if that happened.
Oh, they
You
kissing.
bet your butts. That would be this video would suddenly be everywhere because everyone would be reacting to
Yeah,
it.
it's like
Oh
when
my
Goofy,
God.
when Goofy
But,
backhand.
I actually
punches
have the perfect cosplay idea for these kinds of suits, and
Yeah.
for those that for those that watch
up, down,
Team 4-Star at the table,
side,
this would
side,
be a perfect Eloy cosplay.
down, side, side. I was able to figure out the choreographing of this thing, like up, down, side, side.
Honestly, that part where Applejack and Rainbow Dash were in the background, and they were kind of putting their little hooves together. That was cute.
There's a little girl down there trying to reach for the hooves down there.
Yeah.
Back
It's
and
like, be
forth.
careful, you
back
don't
and
want to
forth.
get stepped on.
Oh God, I hope that's the
Side
one
to
that they kick in the
side.
face. No offense, kid. I'm sure you're great, but Darwin Awards.
Darwin Awards.
Yeah, despite
This
the
is
limited
third year.
movement, the actors like in these things, they're really trying the best they can.
They are.
Yes.
They are. They really are. I give props where props is due.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, like in the cartoon, like you can have the ponies do whatever you want, but here with these suits, you are
Yeah.
so limited.
We don't know
Yeah,
that. I mean,
so
no.
whatever you can do is like an accomplishment.
Yeah,
well,
And
Uh,
like when they bow their heads down, you could tell it's very clearly like the actors like, okay, can I see out of this eye? I think that's where they are.
Is it
So
this
many-
one or this one?
so many people walking in front
Let
of
me
this camera.
check.
What is Applejack doing right there?
Well,
Um,
I have some ideas, but none that I can say in front of the children.
I got distracted by a thing, and now I'm looking over here.
What if?
Yep.
Well, what? If, here's the thing. Like, you give them sympathy. What if they can see perfectly fine in those things?
They could.
Yeah.
I bet those eyes are mesh. I bet they could see right out through the
I
eye.
wouldn't doubt it. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was McGruff the crime dog one time for a sporting event, and I had to see it through the eyes. It was crazy.
you poor bastard.
Yeah, it was the
Oh,
worst
wow.
thing ever. I was glad I was wearing a baseball hat that day because I couldn't hold up the nose.
It's probably
Cool.
the same. I have the shark head that I bought at Walmart,
What?
and you could see. Yeah, I bought it because I was gonna be Left Shark for Halloween,
Of
an
course
out of
you
work
were.
Left Shark.
Oh, you mean in
and-
like Katy Perry's halftime show?
Yeah,
That shark?
I made myself a shirt that said "Take me back, Katy Perry. I've changed."
My
All-
friend was like obsessed with that shark for a while.
But yeah,
Like,
so
it's
they
the
had
greatest thing.
they had this perfect. They had a whole bunch of animal heads one year and they had this year too at Walmart. And so I got a shark head, and the mouth is mesh, so you can see perfectly out of it. Yeah. So I bet the eyes on these puppets are the exact same. You can see right out of them.
I was actually thinking with the shark head. Whenever I have kids and we go trick or treating, I'm gonna get one of those, put it on my head, go around and just say candygram.
Oh, nice! Oh, I didn't think of that. Shoot!
Why did Cruiser just grab my face? What the?
I'm glad you guys got that one. I don't know if the audience did.
I didn't.
If they did, bravo on your SNL history.
All the audience are children, though.
Shark candygram.
Candygram.
I don't know.
Why do they have a candygram? Telegram.
Oh God! By this point, if I was these poor performers, I would be so tired.
Oh yeah.
It's an exhausting show.
I know what it's
because
like.
It's not just them walking around, but they're having to be bouncy.
Yeah.
Walking.
Yeah, I think they pretty much exhausted like every single like dance step that you could do in these things.
They should have a camel pack in there.
That girl carrying the sunscreen is interesting me more at this point.
Yeah.
You know, another thing I got to give them props for is that their choreography is, honestly, for these suits, they're pretty on top with their choreography. They're in sync.
I like how
they know where they're going.
I like how everything we've said about this, despite us making fun of this in the episode, this has been compliments.
Exactly. It's like you look back and you think, oh well, they did the best they could, and we really gotta respect the hard work and all that.
All of a sudden, it waxed AJ in the face.
Yeah, I do still wish that one of the kids had been kicked in the face. I don't know what that says about me. I don't really like kids, so maybe I shouldn't feel too bad.
Keep her away from the kids.
They are getting pretty close to that stage.
They are.
Yeah. Maybe it looks closer than they actually are. Like, in honesty.
That could be true. Maybe they have like something blocking the kids off.
Yeah.
Look, they're reaching out like a big time rush or something.
You just
I could tell this
start throwing underwear on stage.
Yeah, I could tell this is Canadian, honestly, because I could see like some of them wearing maple leaf shirts or something. There's a Canadian flag right down there.
What is that girl doing over there? She's trying to like put him on the shoulders. Is that like her boyfriend or something?
I think that might be a big brother.
I actually saw something like that happen at a Aaron Carter concert when I was a kid.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa, wait. Like Aaron's party, Aaron Carter?
Yes.
Oh,
I
actually went to that concert.
I went to it because my best friend at the time went there for her birthday.
Yeah, I can guarantee. Yeah, you don't have to hide it. Everybody went through that. We actually secretly like Aaron Carter's music phase.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it wasn't Aaron Carter; it was Hanson.
Oh, they still make good music. They
do.
They do. Basically, they were known as a strict pop group because of MMMBop, but they're more power pop now. They have a bit of a rock edge to them.
You got to see the Space Ghost episode they were in, where they're like, I'm not even gonna reveal it.
Though I still like Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, me too.
Seems like every single pop band that was popular in the 90s is still really popular over in Europe.
In Japan.
Speaking of Backstreet Boys, can we take this footage of the Dancing Ponies and put the call? Let me tell you the story about the call that changed my destiny.
No, I was thinking Backstreet's Back.
Does it make a difference?
Dun 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 dun.
Funny enough, I was actually
no. Every pony, every pony.
Oh my God!
Funny enough, for an article that I'm working on, I actually had to look up a Kids WB segment that showcased Backstreet Boys.
Is that the one where you can win the duel with Yu-Gi-Oh?
At the time, new music video.
Oh man.
WWE used to do that all the time. They had those weekends where they featured artists like Bare Naked Ladies.
That's what the article's about. I got Backstreet Boys.
What show did I reference?
I'm thinking about replacing it with NSYNC with something else. I haven't decided yet. It's probably going to be Lou Bega.
Oh no.
Mambo number 5.
They did Lou Bega.
Evan there.
Yeah. My character has literally just had enough there. I mean, like, what did we get from NSYNC? We got friggin' Chip Skylark and Justin Timberlake.
Get off the stage, boo!
Bare Naked Ladies is like the third one.
Get off the stage. Everybody starts throwing bottles at him like an ICP concert.
I like to imagine, like, as soon as they're on the steps for the stage, they just start pulling off the pony hats.
Oh,
like,
good. It's over.
The things they do for a paycheck.
I like this one here. Zach, give me a kiss.
Kiss me, fool.
I'd totally kiss him. Anyway, I'm
Okay. And now we finally return to our regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to point out here there's a reason why I got rid of her glasses, because Bright Ideas OC was hard to animate without glasses. So like I told her, just please do stuff without glasses. I beg of you.
Yeah, and it was easier than I thought it would be, honestly. There was a lot of, like, cleverly editing and Photoshop and stuff, and I am quite impressed with the results.
It's funny because this scene is where I came to you with this crisis I had, like, one night.
Yes.
I came to, like, saying, okay, Bright, I need you, I'm having a mental breakdown here. I don't know how to do this effect about making Whirl
Did they
appear.
get knocked off? Did they get knocked off when, like, her eyes, like, flared up?
Yeah.
I missed that? Because I've just noticed it now, and I'm like, oh, wait, did that happen when that happened?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I put it back on her eyes at one point. Cruiser's reaction. There was supposed to be a cut here, because watch how he, like, shifts back to that. This scene right here.
And here she comes, making her debut.
Super Saiyan! But the funny part is there's actually a glitch in this entire sequence. If you actually speed this up, Zack starts drifting to the left the whole time. He's like getting closer to the left. It's like
She can fly. She can fly.
Oh,
oh yeah.
And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. Cell-Specs as Whirl.
Another unicorn.
Unicorn
Yeah.
back race.
Yes, Evan's a bit racist.
Unicorn racist.
Well, don't feel bad. Everyone's a little bit
Master
racist. Sometimes.
Avenue Q, yay. And yeah.
My character is not believing a single
Yeah.
My character's a fucking...
You have reason to disbelieve a giant floating head?
Honestly, like...
I'm a non-believer.
This was a scene that that was hard for me to do. I'm like, how am I going to make Whirl appear right here? Like, and I thought, okay, giant floating head must be fed. There you go.
And the reaction that Cell-Specs gives her as Whirl, I can actually picture her doing in her actual show. Because I can see this driving her that crazy.
I think that's what I based it on.
Silence!
It's like, what were they thinking when they met? Like, I can actually picture you going off like that.
That's what I did when I was writing her lines. I'm thinking to myself, okay, Cell-Specs is a critic. I need her to go off on something.
Yeah.
Now, has there ever been a movie that legitimately made you react that way?
Yeah, it's called Whirl.
No, I'm asking Cell-Specs, not you.
Yeah.
Cell, that was the question for you.
Cell?
Hello. I wonder
Cell-Specs?
if she's off.
Did she leave off?
Cell?
What?
There you are.
What happened?
I asked you, when you do your little freak out here in this scene, was there ever a movie that made you actually react that way?
Made me want to run and go insane and cry.
Basically.
Yes.
What were they thinking?
God, remember watching the Yu-Gi-Oh movie in theaters, and that just
yeah.
Oh wait, which one? Which one? There was
the first one.
Oh,
No,
Pyramid of Light.
I kind of liked Dark Side of Dimensions because it was fun to see everybody like slightly aged and everything.
Well,
that movie is literally just one giant duel and nothing else interesting happens. It is literally the most boring, horrendous experience of my life. My sister and I actually sat there. We waited for all of the children to leave, and we waited until after the credits were over, and then we just went, "That sucked!"
No, I actually walked out of Godzilla 2014.
I actually walked out of Tammy. Anybody remember Tammy?
Yeah.
Did you walk out of Godzilla 4? You didn't like it?
It was good when Godzilla was in
between
it.
the cutaways and how dark it was, I could not see the final fight. I was
That's
like, no,
fair.
I'm done. I'm done.
Fair. That's
I'm surprised I didn't walk out of Resident Evil Final Chapter.
I'm surprised that you didn't walk out of what we just watched that entire time on this thing. Honestly.
Yeah. I remember walking out of Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill.
Oh God.
Oh, you poor soul. Why would you go see that?
Yeah.
I walked out of a movie. I didn't even walk out of Lady in the Water.
Lady in the Water was. Oh yeah, that was just what was
That
that?
was M. Night Shyamalan.
I'm thinking of the
Shyamalan
shape of. Oh yeah, this scene right here. I think that's the. Okay, that thing on my knee. That's the script. That's the script right there.
Evan's a regular Ed Wood.
Well, technically.
Oh, by the way, originally he said it was like just a regular drink. I'm like, no, it has to be Guinness.
Oh yeah, party peanuts and did I say Guinness in this?
Yeah, it was It's like, oh, we'll laugh about this with party peanuts and a pint of Guinness.
Like that's the thing. Like this scene was supposed to originally be in the opening. But yeah,
it was supposed to be in the opening, but we were like, you were like, no, I think we better over this part. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so because I didn't want to give too much of a reveal, like that's the thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Cell's
that's a fair enough.
Cell's reaction there with the grunting and the sigh was just perfect, in my opinion. Just,
yeah.
Yes, I do great grunts and sighs.
There's a scene coming up.
Finster gives you his thumbs up approval. Finster gives you a thumbs up approval right there.
Yeah.
I think more ponies should be in hoodies.
Yeah, it makes me think of
that, but no one believes me.
Honestly, mine should have a hoodie.
It makes me think of the Rainbow Rocks Equestria Girls, where you have the Dazzlings in hoodies.
Oh yeah, the hoodie holding.
I mean, like your pony already has what looks like a do-rag on her head, so it makes sense.
Yeah, the bandana. Yeah.
Yeah.
The part when Finster was like, "You are never leaving this place." I remember watching this episode by myself later and being like, "Wow, Finster's a bitch."
Yeah.
Why do you think I keep writing him as an asshole or or just as a bitch boy?
Yeah, he's Finster is either a real asshole or he's just a complete and total moron. Like if you didn't see the reboot of Mystery Science Theater, he's Max.
Yeah, basically.
He's Patton Oswalt's character.
That's kind of where I'm going off with him for some of the stuff. I can't say it on stream, but there's a scene I have in store for a future episode that is kind of encapsulates his an ADHD moment.
Will he?
As far as alignment goes, I would say Finster is lawful evil.
No, I would say he's just playing lawful stupid.
Look at that. You can see Zach's... Look at this. You can actually see Zach's tail going behind Cruiser, so you can tell he's drifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Like I said, if you were to speed this up, you can see Zach slowly drifting to the side.
You know, this may be a little weird.
Yeah.
But
I can see it now. I can see it now.
I think Zach is just the cutest thing.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like the most innocent out of all of them.
It's not even the character. I just think that the model is the cutest thing.
The design, the character.
The design, just the full purple with the cheese on it. I'm like, oh, he's so cute.
You just want to hug him.
Really? I think he's I think the character is the most bland.
Really?
That's
I mean,
the joke.
I think it's like the pony creator hair, I think.
Got that rounded nose.
The point is he's supposed to be bland. That's the joke.
Yeah.
It's really good. I love him.
Yeah.
He's great.
I mean, all three look good together, color scheme wise, and I think that has a lot to do with it.
If you're looking bland looking, mine is the most bland looking ever. It's like one that's trying so hard.
No, because yours actually has a blade for a tail.
Yeah, I know that's trying too hard. At least, I mean, like the hat would have been enough, but then I did that. I mean, like I don't remember what my original thing was.
His character is flat out an edgelord.
I remember when I drew you, Evan, and I was like, oh yeah, the tail is a scythe. Oh well, that kind of makes it slightly easier because I drew Zach and I drew Bright and I drew Galatea and I was all like oh god, it was nice for me to not have to shade ponytail fur once.
That's true.
What was the thing about Zach though? He's like the only character on the show. Like every single character on the show, I try to give it like a unique feature. Zach didn't have much. I mean, the character I liked making was Cameron. Oh yeah, this scene where I'm complete and utter bullshit here. Look, his tail's still going behind Cruiser.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed his face is like the tail. Your tail, Evan, is now like clear from the neck torso area.
Yeah, like I said, you speed it up there.
I never would have noticed it though if you hadn't pointed it out.
I love Cell's delivery on that line when she's saying she wants to see her family again. That's just something I was really looking forward to seeing.
Oh, yeah, that was really sweet.
You almost kind of expect this to be like a legitimately sweet moment, And then my character chimes in and goes like, "Oh, I don't care if those came out of nowhere."
Yeah, that was like my favorite part of the scene.
Yeah, it was.
the read over.
Yeah, with the terrible lip sync and everything. Oh, I thought she was asleep for a second.
Yeah.
I like how nobody focuses on how Bright Idea is just levitating in there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, she's fine.
Oh
she's
yeah, wait.
I'm in stasis.
Is this where we do that fourth wall joke?
Yeah.
Yes. There was actually an alternate scene for this, where he looks at the camera. It goes to Evan holding a whole bunch, basically the script, just tosses it up and says, "I'm done," and just walks.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be me editing the thing. Here it is, right here.
I fucking love that scene.
Right here. Everything looks good.
Now, so did you actually improv this little chuckle that you gave here, or was that actually in the script?
It was in the script.
I don't remember. I feel like it might have been there, but at the same time, depending on I might have just gone for it if it felt like the natural thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it comes off as if you were in on the fourth wall joke as well. So it's not just the three of us; it was you too.
Oh yeah, that was a thing. Like,
I was really surprised when Evan caught Bright.
Yeah.
I honestly was expecting him to let her drop and be like, "Oh shoot."
Yeah. Well,
And they're levitating my glasses back on.
I like doing that effect. Like this whole thing was a puppet. It's just me holding Bright Idea like a freaking marionette.
Well, he still drops her.
Yeah, I'm a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, just to show, he's like, "Oh, hi, did you catch me?" And he's like,
"Yeah, sure."
No.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Sorry.
Drop.
Get up. That's the thing. My character is such a fucking dick in this. I don't know why I made him like that.
Like, what? You just made all that stuff up?
Maybe. He didn't. That's the closest you're getting to me hugging Bright Idea right there and thing there.
Like, what just happened? Where am I and how did I get here?
Okay, like the thing, there was actually a line I was going to put there as soon as they make the suggestion that you were sleepwalking. I was going to make my character look at him and mutter, "You guys are freaking dead to me." But it's a cute thing. I like that pose I had you in. Except the thing is, if you were to move that counter right there, you wouldn't have legs.
Yeah.
The character doesn't have legs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this is the closest you're ever going to get to a Titanic moment in this series. No, we are not going to draw you like one of your French boys.
But yeah, it's like,
you're not
why
giving
do you
me
know where
ideas.
to catch me, Evan?
I still ship it.
And there goes Evan being...
Oh, see, because when the editor was introduced, I started shipping Bright with the editor.
Oh, how many times?
Oh, people have done that, and we were embarrassed. It's like, oh yeah, like the way we interact is like kind of more of a sibling relationship than anything.
It is, and it was more like me platonically shipping. Like, oh, I want to see them go like hang out.
Okay, like here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm guaranteeing at least 3 other characters in the show in this episode she's been shipped with.
Yeah.
Me, myself included. I actually can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, no, here's a shipping story for you. Now, for those of you who don't know this, someone in the Secret Rift is actually making this little tribute banner to Stan Lee, and is making a bunch of us look like his characters. So I decided, okay, well, I like to be Cyclops from the X-Men. And someone said she wanted to be Jean Grey. Now, if anybody is familiar with X-Men, you would know that those two eventually get married in the original series.
Oh, good.
So I said to the person who became Jean Grey, I said, "So does that mean you and I are a couple now? People gonna start shipping us?" And she had no idea what I was referring to.
Oh, good.
And no one else did either.
Oh, so, how do you not know that?
I don't know. I mean, it was hinted at in all the live action movies too. So then I had to fill people in and went, "Oh." I'm like,
"How did you not know that?" Okay, here's a fun bit. When Finster asks what they were watching, originally I was going to do a Who's Line reference for like this line was we were watching porn. And then originally it was like we were watching animal porn.
Well, no, it was a Spider-Man joke. I like.
Well, you are animals.
I love this moment. I love this moment.
It's really like I just love the face that Zach makes. Like we were watching porn.
well, that's the thing. I got that line from the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming. And like if you haven't seen that movie, that scene is so hysterical.
You
because
didn't sweep the theaters.
No, originally it was we were gonna have her shove the broomstick up of I think it was Cruiser's ass. The broom.
What?
Well, Cruiser's ass does look most like a broom.
Finster's reaction.
Oh, shut up!
Finster's reaction there was just my reaction of what you just said there. Honestly. I like the fact
this is where
actually...
I feel like this really became a movie.
Right
here.
Because it gets serious here for a minute or two.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Well, you can't take it seriously. You can't really
Sorry.
You can't really take it seriously when you see that Applejack wallpaper in the background.
Yeah. I was going to say, the whole thing, aside from the commentating, like the Mystery Science Theater aspect, the Pony Puppy, and the live shows, like, this really felt like a good, solid short film with the animation and the acting and all.
It wasn't really a movie, it was like a top thing there. This was actually my first time. Like I said, I didn't even know how to animate.
Yeah.
So
you guys also did a really great job writing this. This really is funny.
Well, it was for the most part there. Yeah.
Some good laughs.
For my first run.
Yeah, you usually
it was surprisingly good to a lot of people, honestly.
It's not perfect in my opinion, but like, hey, I'm not gonna do that. I'm glad I switched rooms for Finster's office again, by the way.
And
now, did Cell Specs have any input on how the character was going to look?
No, that was already
designed.
That was already designed when I came on board, I think.
Oh yeah.
Well, I wasn't part of that process.
Were you like? I don't want to give too much away, but like it's like the design at the end was you were there. You were there at the design at the end.
Well, you showed me the design at the end, but I wasn't part of the process of making it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because you don't like the color blue.
Yeah, you showed it to me too, so.
Oh, his glasses are off. You know it's serious there.
Yeah.
I look like a dad that just came back from work yelling at his kid.
Yeah. That's the direction. Just like, aw, precious babies.
I drew this for your art class, Dad. Shut up!
Only I can yell at these children.
Finster is yelling at his children.
Yeah.
Now, but Eva did actually make a mistake, though, in this story. It was either Evan or Jablonski. Basically, he fails to mention that my character is actually from Equestria, and Evan and Zach are from the human world.
Well, we mentioned it.
So when I ask, what the hell is America? Yeah, my character doesn't know.
I did that knowingly.
Well,
I knew that your character wasn't part of that, so I was like,
because there were other characters before you who were in the original Mystery Brony Theater cast, and so they were humans put in Equestria, right?
I think the big mistake here was that I didn't mention it in the beginning. Oh, there she is right there. Anyway, I gotta say up front, just out of this way, making this sequence here was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot.
Yeah, this sequence in particular is really, I mean, all of them are great, but this one I was like, oh, and I was really impressed with this sequence.
Yeah, it was really a lot of fun because, like, I've never animated before, and I actually made some stuff like this, but it was just simple. Like, this simple act of her walking was just a lot. I want to just take that animation maker, just, like, crawl on the ceiling or something.
Yeah.
What program did you use for this?
After Effects.
Yeah, it's was this actually your first time actually doing this kind of animation with not what you've been doing with the show previously, but how look how pointy the Whirl is.
Yeah.
Is that your first time using such a model?
No, actually, believe it or not. Like in the past, I actually used the Pony model, but it was never like that specifically made. Like this scene of her collapsing is just incredible. Like, also the one thing that was hard was the hoodie. Like.
You do realize that whatever it is she's watching, we're going to have to make part of the Forbidden Nine, right?
Well, it is technically part of the Forbidden Nine already. Oh, wait, what happened? Did it go off? Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, it's part of the thing. You're
there's that shot you were talking about. That's the shot you were talking about right there.
Yeah, I really like that. It's like the real focus on the eye and kind of the blurriness of the rest of it.
And you see that dusty, like, stock footage used again in two different scenes.
Just to be funny here, I have the complete collection of My Little Pony, the G1, and I'm like looking at the episode list, and I'm trying to decide what could be the Forbidden 9. Which ones are so bad that I would put on a Forbidden 9?
Like,
are they all from Gen 1?
All the ones that I'm thinking of would be from Gen 1. One in particular is a 2-part episode, and I feel like I would not be surprised if that ended up being the 9th one. Like, you know, you go through the Forbidden 9 and you get to the one that's like, oh, this is the worst. Not because it's necessarily the worst, but because to me it's one of the most infamous episodes.
Is it?
Here's the thing. Evan and I are the only ones that know.
Yeah, we already know what they are. In fact, I actually started planning a script for the second part, and I like how much into it. And it's going to take me a while to make, honestly.
And we wanted to see if there's a way we can work in that G3 video game that came out for the Nintendo DS, but
oh yeah, is that the one? Or wait, is that the one where it was the My Little Ponies that never got a television show?
That sounds like the name of a movie. The My Little Ponies that never got a television show.
It was. I don't remember which generation.
You know what? I think that should be just the definition name of Mystery Brony Theater. The ponies who never got television.
Yeah.
Gotta tell me.
No,
I mean, they didn't. They were like the anorexic, super glammed up one.
Wait, what?
Oh no.
It was the ones that they would sell at McDonald's and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And the only thing that they got that was animation, air quotes, was a video game.
Huh.
Hold on, let me find it.
Yeah, I want to see that.
There was a DS game that would call it for Runaway Rainbow. What scene was this?
It
Oh yeah,
might
we're
be
trying to figure out what the
Gen
heck we're gonna do.
Gen 3, perhaps? Question mark.
I do think so because I believe it was a Gen. It came from G3.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm looking.
Close to the ending of this thing.
Gen 2. It's Gen 2. Hold on. Let me get pictures.
I can't watch it because I'm like, oh yeah, this one, our Stan Lee cameo.
Oh, yes, I love that bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, how is it a Stan Lee cameo?
This took me like 3 tries to get right.
Yeah, because.
But you'll hear more of off-camera voice guy.
Yeah.
Because I have a few scripts in mind that will have him make an appearance.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, we want to see if there's a way we can fit that video game in, but as one of the Forbidden 9. But story-wise, it didn't quite make that much sense.
Yeah, no, it's like, why would they force her? I don't even know if Self-Specs even plays video games. You know, it's like crazy.
Not for a long time.
Like, what was the last game you played in your life? Centipede.
When I was at a friend's house, I played Mario Party.
That's fun.
That's always fun.
So I mean, there was when I was in college, there was like a 2 weeks where I did nothing but play Soul Calibur 3.
Nice. Oh, I love the ending to this. Like how perfectly shot it is, and how it just ends. By the way, the ringtone is Torgo's theme from Manos: The Hands of Fate. Indeed. Open up there.
I love the lighting in that scene.
I love this end scene. It was so perfectly lighted, and just the mood was perfect for this.
You can
do it. It was just like, oh wait, it was just a slow burn to everything else that has happened.
I just find it weird that she has a poster of the show's creator on the back of the wall back there.
Yeah, that's Jason Ruth's OC, isn't it?
Yeah, Tone Deaf, where he likes to troll people with his karaoke skills.
His OC name is Tone Deaf?
Yeah, that's his name, Tone Deaf.
That's cute. I didn't know that.
I actually think I shot this right after I got back from work. That's why my hair looks like a complete mess.
That actually fits
Method acting.
That was a hard thing, trying to get Miss Biz to speak on the phone, and just had to get the Bluetooth.
And for the record, people, that is not a little hug, that is a Neo.
Yeah, Neo. Try Mio. I got that from that Sassy Gay Friend series. You ever seen that series?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm a stupid bitch. It's a good. That guy needs to come back. Those were great.
Oh, he needs to come back. Yeah, I loved him.
Yeah.
So now we have. So let's see. Now we got on the stream we have Evan, Bright Idea, Self-Specs, Cruiser, and God.
Am I God?
I don't have.
No, the writer.
Oh.
Now, for a little piece of I guess behind the scenes thing here, where I do the radio DJ, 103.1 The Buzz was actually the name of an alternative rock station that used to be down here in my area of Florida. They've since sadly shut down and got replaced by a country station. But I want but they used to hold an annual concert every year called the Buzz Bake Sale, and I have such fond memories of it that I want to reference them in.
You can see all the references from past episodes back there. Sorry if I interrupted you.
That's fine.
Camwell Cruiser's jetpack, Dio's coffin, which has never been used in a thing there, and nobody knows about the ghost. So yeah. Oh, this is the scene.
Yeah, what's up with the ghost?
It's
He just hangs around.
He just hangs out.
Okay.
He just lives there. I don't know. Oh, there she is, right there. That's her.
Yep.
That's her. Look at her in that beautiful.
Hanging out on the edges of town.
Okay, so I want to point out here the design of her shirt.
No.
Now, when I first saw this, I actually thought that was Whirl. Like, I thought that was her.
Cruiser, what are you talking about now?
This is Whirl.
I thought that pony right there. I thought that was... What?
This is Whirl.
It is Whirl.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not cell specs and it's not a bad idea, but she is a blue.
It's the
pony.
thing.
She's a blue unicorn.
We know who
I like that transition for to the credits. I like that.
Yeah.
Jason Ruth was the producer of this. I wanted to use the remake of Manos: The Hands of Fate, the remake of the song there, but never there. But yeah, everybody was able to point that out.
I forgot. I forgot the jazz bit is still playing, right?
Yeah, it's still there.
I think so.
I like the jazz music over the credits.
Yeah, like
was it from like Whatchamahoozer? Because it sounded like it was from Whatchamahoozer.
Whatchamahoozer?
The thing with the game with the Fallout.
Oh.
This.
Yeah, it's like right there.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like a dumpster fire.
Here's me.
Oh my god.
Aha! Someone actually got that.
Joe Puntel, that's the editor. I wish
but say what you want about Manos: The Hands of Fate, but the jazz music in it is fantastic.
Yeah, it's good stuff there if you can understand what they're saying. I mean, they remade the theme, so yeah.
I like how in the credits it has Bright Idea and Bright Idea?
Yeah, it was the only thing. That was the character. That was the character.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was me, but it was me being possessed. Wait, the character design, I saw I just noticed there was a spelling.
What?
No, there was a character design. It looked like it was a typo.
Yeah, it was character.
Ah.
Character. More, if that's the case, but you know, all those stuff.
Now,
Writers of the First Amendment.
Now, when we get to the next script, is this also going to be just as long?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Okay.
I like the person who originally
know.
filmed it. Sorry, we called you a dork.
Oh my god. Oh my Jesus God there. Keep circulating the URL, doing the Mystery Science Theater thing, as well as doing the Writers of the First Amendment, and then I, like, marveled this quote. Whirl will
You could say...
appear in Avengers 4.
I was going to say, keep circulating the Earl, or the Whirl, if you will.
Yeah.
Keep whirling back the tapes.
Unless
Will return in Avengers 4.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah. I was actually going to have another text there saying, or unless North Korea bombs us. All right, that's it. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Hello.
Woo. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us, Cell Specs. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Great talking with you, Sally.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
See you guys.
Thanks for having me.
It was fun.
Always fun.
And audience, please stay. We got the after show.
Yep, we'll be doing the show after this, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll be with you guys in a couple moments.